All right, family. God bless you. Wherever you are tuning in across the world, you're watching another exciting show, Senior Talk with Claire Hubbard, your resource and information show for people getting better with age. So, before we go any further, we want to put our intro in. Our illustrious treasurer is joining us along with Sonia Tompkins. Let me tell you, boots on the ground. Let me tell you, Chicago, you are going to learn, you're going to get help. I got some messages that I want to put out. First of all, let's get this opening for our program. We'll hear a message from our Cook County Treasurer, Maria Pappas. She is joining us live along with Sonia Tompkins. They are ready. I'm so excited. Everyone, stay tuned. Please, we ask you, you are watching this on Senior Talk with Claire Hubbard as well as on YouTube on Senior Talk. Please, I've had comments come through my phone, through my emails. All your questions and comments, you're going to contact the office. We will forward what you have to them. But right now, let's get our intro going. And if you want to put a comment in Facebook, you're welcome to do that as well. Everyone stay tuned for a phenomenal program. And for more information on how you could be a part of this great resource show, remember to visit seniortalkmedia.com. Everyone stay tuned and hold on.
Hi, I'm Maria Pappas, Cook County Treasurer. We're advising everyone to get to cookcountytreasurer.com. We've had over 1 million people a month come to the site because once you put in your address, do not put in north, south, east, or west, you can find out whether or not, going back 20 years, you have overpaid on your property taxes or double paid. That equals about $79 million. If you get to cookcountytreasurer.com, you can punch apply here and we'll get you your money back within 4 to 6 weeks. Also, under exemptions, if you scroll down a little bit, there is a homeowner, a senior exemption, and a senior freeze. Homeowner, if you've lived in the house for over a year. Senior, if you're over 65, and senior freeze if you're over 65 and making under $65,000 a year. Also on cookcountytreasurer.com, you can find out whether or not your property is delinquent and on the tax sale list. It will show up immediately and it will tell you what it is that you can do about it. Meanwhile, don't forget to apply for your exemptions. That's worth about $48 million. So cookcountytreasurer.com. If you can't get your answers there, call 312-443-5100 and we will be happy to help you.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to Senior Talk with Claire Hubbard, your resource and information show for people getting better with age. I am very happy and honored to have our Cook County Treasurer. First of all, let me say this. I have read her bio. She is a cyclist. She is an athlete. She's done over 100 triathlons, all that good stuff. So she is sitting still today. She may have on some skates. So if she moves around, it's a very big deal. Understand that. That's what happens. But I am excited because I have been researching and talking to Sonia Tompkins, let me say that. And let me say, this website, it should be a model for many organizations across the country. It cannot be more as transparent and more friendly than it is right now. So let me do myself a favor, and that is today, we're inviting everyone to do 2 things, and that is to visit the website, cookcountytreasurer.com. Now, today, our special guest I mentioned is our treasurer, Maria Pappas. But before we go any further, Miss Sonia Tompkins, since you were just boots on the ground for us, would you please introduce yourself and how things have been going for you, dear?
Hello there, Senior Talk audience. So I am the Cook County, not the Cook County, the outreach liaison for the Treasurer's Office for the Black community. I go out and let people know about exemptions they are missing and refunds that are due to them. And so that's basically what I do. I just inform the community of what the treasurer has to offer and how she has all these millions of dollars to give back to the community that they may not be aware of. I've been in churches, organizations, events, and the treasurer is always there right with me. If somebody is in a dancing, where did we go, treasurer?
Line dance.
We went to the Croc Center one time,
Yeah.
and the treasurer was in the center stepping.
Yeah.
She was learning how to step. So she mingles with the crowd. She mingles everywhere she goes. It's so exciting to work with the treasurer because I have so much fun as I have met you, Claire, to be out boots on the ground, meeting people and giving them what they need. They are excited to know that these things are out there. So that's what I do.
Let me say, you are absolutely right. And let me say, I just want to cheer you on in advance, Ms. Pappas. Let me tell you, you have been boots on the ground. If I've never seen any person who literally has said, hey, come to me, where do we need to be? Where do we need to go? It has been your office. So without further ado, I don't have a drum roll at the time.
Right. So look, I mean, we were supposed to do this like on my computer, but we don't have a computer. So we're going to do it here, and we're going to hold this stuff up so you can see it.
Yeah.
This is cookcountytreasure.com.
Yes, ma'am.
Here, okay. And you're going to get to this little purple box. Okay. Purple box right here. And on that purple box, we've had 1 million people come to that box. So you're going to punch in that purple box. And you're going to put in your address, which is right here. There's your address, okay? But you're not going to put in north, south, east, or west. You're just going to put in your address. Once you put in your address, you're going to know if you're in the right place. You're going to know if you're in the right place because look here, a picture of your house is going to show up.
Mm-hmm.
You see this little red thing over here, this little red line?
Yes.
That means your mail came back to my office. If you want to correct where the mail goes to, you punch right there and you can change your address. So now we created a program called Black Houses Matter.
Yeah.
We are trying to educate African Americans about what they are entitled to. So let me talk about what they're entitled to first, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to help one person. So we created a database of 20 years of 1.7 million parcels per year. So it's like 30 million pieces of data. So on this 30 million pieces of data, you can go back 20 years on anything you've ever owned. It's funny when you look at yourself on these things because your nose is crooked. My nose is crooked. Anyway. So I get to do what I want come as a senior. I get to have a crooked nose. So you can go back 20 years on anything you, your mother, your aunt, your parishioner, uncle, dad, whomever. You can look up and see everything about that property. But now we've got money. And we are helping people who the mortgage company and they paid twice. The husband and wife paid. Mm-hmm. The kid came to town and paid. They had a brand new mortgage. They forgot the mortgage was going to pay, so they paid. So on this site, it will tell you, like for this person here, okay, this says they're delinquent over here. The yellow box says they're delinquent.
Yes.
We're going to see if we can help them. So how can we help them? First of all, they can download their bill. You do not have to rely on the United States Post Office anymore. You can punch here and you can download your bill. Now, if you want to know right now what your March bill is going to be, because we're not relying on the post office anymore, not relying on the post office. Right. It's online. You can plan for March. There it is. There's your bill. It's up. It's online. Don't wait for it to come in the mail. Listen. The payment March 1st that you always pay on March 1st is no longer due on March 1st. You've got 2 months extra. You've got until May 1st to pay without penalty. Big news, big news. So now, look, here's this guy who's on the tax sale list, but look at this. Can you see?
Yes.
He overpaid. He overpaid in the year 2001.
Okay.
And we have that in our records. and he overpaid by $1,000. So here's this African-American guy. He's a senior citizen. He owes me $3,000, and he doesn't know it unless he goes to this website. I owe him $1,000. Now, how else can I help him? This is why black houses matter. This guy's on the tax sale list. He's one of the 38,000 people, 75% of whom are African American, on the tax sale list. We're trying to get people off this list. So, number one, I owe him $1,000. He has no idea I owe him $1,000. So, we just are getting equipped a Pappas mobile. We're going to go out and knock on doors. We are literally going to go find people. Yeah.
You on my street.
We might set up a Jewel on 87th. We don't know what we're going to do, but we are going to go into the community so people don't have to take the train and the bus to the county building and then get in line and have their temperature taken and answer 10 questions before they can come in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People don't want to do that. So what are we going to do for this guy? Look at this. If you go to cookcountytreasure.com, can you see that?
Yes.
He missed 2 years of homeowners exemptions. That's worth $500 a year. He missed 2 years of senior exemptions. That's worth $500 a year. And he missed 2 years of senior freeze. Homeowner, you lived in the house for a year. You can be any age.
Mm-hmm.
Senior, you got to be over 65. And senior freeze, you have to be over 65 and make under $65,000. So now I owe this guy another $3,000 here. Okay, $3,000 here, and $1,000. I owe him $4,000. I owe him $4,000. I can get him off the tax sale list. So here's more examples. These are all examples in the community of people who are on the tax sale list. So go to cookcountytreasure.com. Go to cookcountytreasure.com, and when you get there, you're going to see whether or not, after you put your address in, you have money coming back. You can punch apply here. We'll get it back to you in 4 to 6 weeks. But if you cannot figure that out, you call this number, 312-443-5100. 312-443. I'm talking to you and I'm getting a message from Uber that they want to give me a free meal for $30. I'm like, stop it.
Right. Well, let me say this. I have already sent your communication to over 800 seniors who are a part of social groups. So I have already told them in the interim that they do not have a computer, but they receive this email via text or whatever. They can call my office. I will go on the site since they're treasured. Yes, but I'm saying
we go out in the car till we get the van. We will go to your house. We had a guy that called in WVON radio, and we sent somebody to his house. He didn't tell us until after we got there that he was blind.
Oh,
he got a disabled exemption. He didn't even know he was entitled to a disabled person's exemption. Let me tell you why black houses matter. Sure. I've got 38,000 African American homes on this list, and where are they? 1,800 in Carrie Austin's ward, 1,700 in Stephanie Coleman's, 1,300 in Anthony Beal, 1,700 in Roderick Sawyer. And if you go to the north side, the lakefront where I live, which is all white, there's 44. So this is a discrepancy between what happens in black neighborhoods and what happens in white neighborhoods. And so we need to educate people, because they don't wake up in the morning and say, did I get my exemption? They don't know what an exemption is. And I'm going to prove that to you. Look here. Look at this. We have given back since March in the African American community, to all of these suburbs and cities.
Wow.
$39 million. $39 million we have given back, and we are continuing to give back. We are up in this website. Look at this. We're up in 126 languages, and look at this. There's 26 brochures. This process is so difficult to understand that we've had 134,000 people download in Polish
Wow.
9,000 in Albanian, 19,000 in Arabic, 13,000 in Assyrian, 13,000 in Bulgarian, 29,000 in Chinese. I can go through every one of these languages, which I won't, but what I'm telling you is this is so complicated, this exemption stuff, which is why I'm giving you the number 312-443-5100, that people don't even understand it in English. Get it?
Yeah.
So now they got to go to my website and try and figure it out in Polish, right? So,
yeah. And
we need to educate people. We are about trying to desperately educate people. So it's cookcountytreasure.com. You can do it for yourself. Anybody in the world that you know, you can call 312-443-5100. Now, there's a couple of other things on that site that you might want to look at. I'm a senior, so I'm telling you, I know what it's like for seniors. You can go on that site, and there's a 20-year property tax history study. You can see, if you put in your address, every increase in your property over the last 20 years. There is a property tax study on there. You can go to your ward. You can punch on a map. You can see how much the ward you've lived in's gone up, both residential and commercial. If you live in the suburbs, you can see how much it's gone up in the suburbs, commercial and residential. And finally, there is a recent study that I did on scavenger property. If the property isn't sold after 1 year on the tax sale, it goes to the scavenger sale, which is every 2 years. So we just finished a scavenger study. It was on the front page of the Trib a week ago. So this is what we found out. We found out that in the 16 African American wards, okay, 50% of the crime occurs in the city. Rapes, robberies, burglaries. Okay, 50%. But also 17,000 of my 54,000 pieces of property, vacant lots and houses, are on that list. So what we're finding is, if you're in one of these wards where there's a whole lot of vacant property, there's a whole lot of crime, and we have seen that in those 16 wards, 36,000 people have moved out. So what we're seeing is, if the crime doesn't get under control in these wards, people are going to leave, and they are leaving. So we show you then in the scavenger report, Claire, we thought that people were moving into the suburbs. No, they are. If there's crime and vacant lots in some of the suburbs like Harvey, okay, people are also leaving those areas. Yeah. So I wish that I had my last slide to put up here for you, because there's a slide that I did. It's a slide that shows who votes and who doesn't vote. So here's the deal.
Yeah.
In the city, only 75% of the people, 75% of the people do not register and do not vote. City elections are called by about 26% of the people, except the last presidential. And in the suburbs, only 27% of the people vote. So 73% of the people don't even register. So don't complain. Yeah. Do not complain.
Exactly.
If you want to do something about everything that you don't like and that you're complaining about, you need to get up, get registered, and vote. Because if you don't, things will continue to happen that you continually don't like. So
absolutely. And let me say this too. I'm glad you mentioned that, because there are elections forthcoming in the Southland area. And so we're talking
these municipal elections. Yeah.
That's right.
And people don't go.
That's right.
We have a presentation where we show that a $45 million bond deal passed in Stickney, only 26% of the people registered to vote. And the $45 million bond deal, which is a tax increase, passed because 2,700 people voted for it. So it's, if you don't care and you don't care and you don't care and you don't care, this stuff is going to continue to happen.
And let me say this. This is a great segue. That's why if you look behind me, this is my platform, Senior Votes Matter, because older Americans are the most vulnerable population. And that your website has a complete, you know, area for seniors to get their information and to get what they need. It's very critical. And I am asking everyone, as I've told my communities at large, you can call our Senior Talk office because I am trusted and we know each other. If you want me to help you try to navigate, first of all, you're going to call the Cook County Treasurer's office. Let's be clear, at 312-443-5100. But there are some seniors who will just hear this broadcast, but they don't have internet. And I understand that. Call our office, ask for the number. We're putting flyers in your churches, your red hat meeting, your virtual meeting. If we can send a flyer to you, let us know. But then it's critical because sometimes, as you heard in the world, if you don't use these funds, they will be taken away. Some of you have overpaid and are looking at other ways of how I'm going to, and you have monies that are due to you. But then there are you also, now we have a point of contact so that if you need to get updated, if you are delinquent, if you want to make arrangements, they are there to serve you. And I must say also, I can only ask that you do us a favor. And that is to call the number. Again, 312-443-5100. We want to be where you are. Black Houses Matter. What time does that air on WVON?
And 11:30 on Mondays. And
all
so
right.
We'll be on this Monday again. We're on every Monday.
Every Monday, 11:30 a.m. We do have that flyer. We'll be posting it for you. And we just
Thank you so much, Claire.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you to Sonia. I mean, she's just put me on and turned me on to invaluable people in the community like you, and I really appreciate it. I adore her. I haven't had so much fun in the office in years. So she and I are like killing it.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. So we can't wait for the what's the name of the mobile office coming up?
The Pappas Mobile.
The Pappas Mobile is coming to your community.
If you tell me where you want us to go, and you tell me any other Zooms you want us to do for any other communities, and we're going to do it.
We'll make it happen. So Sonia, I want you to close out our show. You got 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks again for having us on. It has been a pleasure, and we are looking forward to servicing everyone. So thank you, Claire, for having us on.
It's my pleasure. So we want to wish everyone happy holidays. It is critical that you do the right thing and stay masked up. We're doing this through a pandemic. We also know that you can use these funds forthcoming into 2021. So I can honestly say it has been a pleasure to Maria Pappas, our Cook County Treasurer. And look, she's not let me say this. She is not new to this. She has over a 20+ year or better background in serving the community. She is what we call a servant leader. She is boots on the ground. She is not afraid to come from behind her desk and go where the need is needed, where her services are needed. So everyone, it's been a pleasure to serve you. Don't forget, for more information, you can call 312-428-6919 as our Senior Talk office. We'll be glad to assist you. But in the interim, please visit cookcountytreasurer.com or call 312-443-5100. Thank you all for who are tuning in.
I look forward to seeing you in person as soon as we get these masks off.
You're absolutely.
I love you, Clara.
I love you. Thank you very much.
Silent night, holy night.
Everyone, thank you for tuning in. We got to go. Talk to you soon.